Hello, everyone. Welcome back to week 22 of the Mediak podcast. Today, we'll be going through our Marvel marathon still with Ant Man and Doctor Strange. Jack, how has your week been?
Pretty good. I've been watching a lot of stuff recently. Like
Ooh,
I actually had to write everything I watched down because I knew I'd forget. And I'm pretty sure I forgot some stuff last week, but
that's fine. Who cares? That's really good. Usually, you don't have much to talk about when the at the end bit. What are you laughing at?
that's fine. Who cares?
No, I meant like it's whatever. Who cares? You forgot some stuff. It's fine. We've forgotten a bunch of things many
They'll
times.
live.
Yeah, we'll live.
Yeah, yeah.
This past week was my birthday. Yay! This is a special happy
Yay.
birthday video. That's not true. Also, I just realized my mouse is in the middle of the screen the entire time, so that's fun.
Oh,
Nice.
on the YouTube side.
Yeah, you
I
hate
was
to
like,
see
what does
that,
that
but
have to
it's
do with
okay.
anything?
No, it's fine. It's okay. We, you live and you learn, you know?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
okay.
apologize also. I have coffee, so if that comes through recording. I don't know. Steven will probably take care of that. Superhero Steven.
Yeah, he's the best. Hey, Jack, we should probably talk about the ads and sponsors and stuff.
Oh, yeah. So I don't really exactly know what the deal is. So what I think is going to happen is once we're done with this episode, we're going to uh, go and label it as like a sponsored video, and then Anchor's going to give us an ad to read, and we're going to read that ad. And I don't know where we want to put it. It might be at the end or the beginning. Who
We should
knows?
probably put it in the middle, like between the.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later. That's fine.
So yeah, so you can now, as a viewer, expect that for whatever, and you can support us and go to Anchor and like subscribe for a monetary basis. I think the first plan is like 99 cents a month or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, we'd appreciate it a lot, and anyone who does, thank you so much. One of these
Yes.
times, once we get a few people up, we're gonna shout everyone out and say thanks and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah. We'll definitely have some, reward
yeah,
process
yeah, yeah.
going.
Yeah. We're still in the planning phase on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, once we got that out, you wanna dive right into Ant Man?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, wonderful. What was your first impression of the film, and what was your impression watching it this time?
Well, I, I was really, really late to Ant Man.
Oh,
Like,
really?
when it first came out, I hadn't seen it in like, I don't know, months after it came out.
Ugh.
So, I don't know. I was always pretty meh on it, you
I
know?
feel that. Yeah, I actually saw it in theaters, and I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I didn't put it in the upper echelon of Marvel films, but I didn't think it was like bad. This time around, I didn't like it as much as I did that time, but I still don't think it's a terrible movie. It's fun to watch at some points, but then some points you're just like, this feels a little
Oh, really? I thought
weird.
you liked this.
I did like this. I don't know why. I don't know why this time around I just was like, yeah, I'm not getting the vibes that I did beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like parts of it. I can you know what happened with like the directing of this film, right?
No, I
Well,
don't actually.
Edgar Wright, he wrote the script and was going to direct it, and then like barely into starting, they switched directors, but he still was like a writer and had some part in the making of the film. It just is not his pizzazz, if you know what I mean. Like you can feel
Yeah.
like watching the movie, you can like kind of see some of his Edgar Wrightisms in it. Like you could see some of his skill, but it's just not in his way, and it kind of takes apart the movie. If I'm not mistaken, I think that the debacle that happened with this film is the cause for Baby Driver, that movie, because
Okay.
I think Edgar Wright made Baby Driver. I'm sure about that, but I think he really wanted to go all out with this heist movie, and whenever he couldn't do that, he just was like, "I'm gonna make my own," and he made Baby Driver.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess in the end, then it worked out because
Yeah,
Baby
and
Driver
Baby
is
Driver is an
really good.
amazing movie. It's one of my
We
favorites
instead of
actually.
just a really good Ant-Man, then we got a okay Ant-Man and fucking Baby Driver.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, I do like the character Ant Man. I just this movie didn't do it for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
Scott
don't
and
think he's like the stereotypical witty, cool guy, but he's very human.
yeah, which is
And I like that.
not in my opinion. I don't think that's bad. I think they also did that with Doctor Strange, but we'll talk about that a little bit more because I actually do have more
Yeah.
praise for that movie. Um, this one, it just kind of like it didn't feel grand like all the other Marvel movies. Like whenever Ironmonger in Iron Man 1 was a problem, he was gonna sell weapons to all over the place and destroy the world and the United States and all that stuff. So Iron Man had to stop him. This guy just kind of was like, I kind of have shrinking technology.
Yeah, no, it's definitely absolutely not on the scale of the other
Yeah, I mean
Marvel movies.
the guy
It's
is
just
just a businessman, which is kind of annoying. I thought this halfway through the film. I just was like, huh, this guy, this villain, he's literally just a kid that really wants acceptance.
yeah.
Which in some circumstances can be done very well, but I don't think this is one of those circumstances. It just kind of is done
Yeah, it's just not.
okay in
Yeah.
a way that's fine, I guess. I like the opening scene at Shield where Hank went in and yelled at them and stuff because sometimes I do forget that there were superheroes before Iron Man in that universe. Like there was Captain America, Captain Marvel, and Ant Man that were all around. Plus probably others that they'll probably retcon into the series at one point, which is
Right.
interesting, but it's fine. I do like Scott's friend, that guy. I forget his name.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
the
Well,
one
this is the
that's
movie
like
with the.
you go ahead. Sorry,
Oh,
we both
we
were
both
waiting.
interrupted.
Yeah. We hate
Fuck.
to see that. You
Interrupt.
go. You go.
Oh my god. Interrupted. Christ.
Didn't have to
That
do
took so
that, dude.
long. Sorry.
Didn't have
I'm
to correct
dyslexic.
yourself. Yeah,
Well, I have to figure it
that
out,
that
man.
translates into talking. I think I have more of a
Yeah,
problem
that's how
with
it
that
works.
part than you do.
Well, if I never correct myself, I'll never say the word interrupted right again.
I disagree with that. I don't think that's how
That's how it
dyslexia
works.
works. Is it
It's not.
actually?
That's just fucking monkey brain.
Monkey brain. Ooh. That was the
This
worst
is
thing. Okay, what were you gonna
this is
say?
where the meme
What were
comes
you
from.
gonna say?
That's
This
what I was saying. This is
this
where the meme comes from.
what meme?
Where the dude in the van.
Oh, he's like, but I got the van.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I actually wrote that down. I thought that was funny. I do,
Yeah,
every time
that's
I do laugh at
one
that
of the
joke,
best
even
parts.
though I know what it is. I also
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the
Which makes
Baskin
it a great
Robbins
joke.
part, the where he
Yeah,
was like Baskin
that was
Robbins
just
always
dumb.
finds out, and then that one guy is like, it's a cool crime, which actually kind of is like a really good thing because anytime you have a protagonist that was in prison, there's always like a bad stigma towards them because they were in prison. So this is like a really good way of trying to explain that our protagonist isn't a dick or a bad guy. He just was doing this like a Robin Hood kind of thing.
Yeah, and then he like couldn't get a job and all that. It's
Hmm.
like a weird commentary in the middle of all this.
It was I thought it was done well because it builds up the hardships that our protagonist is going to have to go through while also keeping him in a good light. But they
Yeah.
didn't really capitalize on that because they kind of almost instantly gave him a place to do and a job. But
Yeah,
the job
right.
is also him being bad and stealing things from people. He gave in really easy on that. He was like, I don't want to break into places and steal shit. And then his friend, I don't want to butcher his name, so I'm not even gonna try. It was just like, hey, let's do it. And he goes, okay, I'm done. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then the Hank also did that exact same thing, and he just was like, yeah, okay, I'm for it. So they kind of did a bad job of showing our protagonist as a good guy. But I mean, like in a script kind of sense. In the movie, he does a good job of acting nice and being nice and stuff like that. But if you're just kind of reading the script and you're just like, he really,
Yeah, it just all of a sudden he's in
yeah,
for it.
he's like, he looked at cash for like 3 seconds. He tried one job, and then he gives up,
Yeah, right.
which is whatever. It's okay. And then
Yeah.
there's one part about all movies that I love. I love this cliche. I think it's so stupid. It's funny. The zoom in enhance cliche. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
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 they
yeah.
always keeps the same quality. They did that in like the 1940s picture whenever
Yeah.
what's his name was showing off Ant Man. He was like, "Look at this man." He zooms in on the gun. There's a tiny little guy on the trigger, and they have it so
Yeah,
perfectly.
fucking
I love that.
whatever.
It's so awesome. So funny. I do like the fact that Ant Man just feels like a normal dude with normal goals. Like all he wants to do is see his daughter. He doesn't want to like his goal at the moment isn't just like I want to destroy. I mean, like stop all the bad guys and create world peace. He just is like I just want to see my daughter, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
right, and that's nice. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I do like the Avengers connection too with Falcon, and then at the end, I very I find that to be a very fun recruitment process for Civil War because he just is like I love those little things that Scott's friend does, where he just like kind of goes on the rants talking about how people talk to another person that talks to another person that talks to him. Those are so funny. Apparently, I think I think Kevin Feige confirmed this, but I think that guy they did like that kind of sequence, like you know what I'm talking about, Jack Muller,
Mm, yeah,
where
what do you
he's
mean?
like where my cousin talks to this guy who talks to this guy who told
Oh,
me.
yeah,
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 they did one of those sequences, but for the entire Marvel universe. Like he just kind of described every movie, but in that kind of way, and they have it like saved in the Disney Vault somewhere.
yeah. Oh,
And they should really release that. That'd be a very enjoyable.
that would be
They would get so
pretty
much money from that.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I do very much enjoy two specific scenes at the very end of the film. The scene where he jumps up onto the gun and like flips up onto it and then runs in and punches the guy. That's a really cool looking scene. And then also
Oh,
this
yeah, yeah.
yeah. That was another one of the trailer shots that like a scene made for the trailer, but it just looks so
Mhm.
damn good. It was also placed in a very good way, unlike Wonder Woman with the lightning scene because she was already flying. So why did she need that? Okay, that doesn't matter. The other scene I really
Yeah.
like in this movie is the suitcase fight where they're like inside the suitcase as it's falling down and they're like jumping back and forth and stuff like that. And
Yeah. It's pretty
it's
cool.
very, very enjoyable. It has a very fun score in the background that is kind of thematic, I guess, because it connects in with what's going on. Not thematic, relevant. Like the score is actually
Yeah.
happening with them. Fun stuff. I can't tell if what I'm going to say next is an issue or something that's good related to the script, but I did notice that Hope and Hank Pym they basically switch roles in relation to Scott like halfway through the film. Like at first, like Hope was mad at Scott and hated training him, and Hank was all for it. But then at one point, like like Hank starts like getting mad at Scott like whenever he went into the Avengers base even though he wasn't supposed to, and like Hope was all for it, which is completely the exact opposite of their characters. The that would be think to be a bad thing, but I was thinking about it more, and I was like, what if as time went on, Hank just became more protective over Scott because you see that he gets angry whenever stuff that he like loves is getting hurt and stuff like that. So maybe he just kind of
Yeah.
got more protective of Scott, and Hope kind of just warmed up to him a bit. That's what I was thinking. So maybe it could have been a good thing, but I don't know. I mean, all around the movies, it's not a terrible movie. I'm not going to be like, I hate watching this,
No.
but I'm not.
Yeah,
It's not
no,
my
I
number one
mean,
choice.
I think I would at least also like watch it again. Like if somebody was like,
Want to
"Let's
watch
watch
Ant
Ant
Man?
Man,"
I'll
I'd be
just be
like,
like, oh
"Okay."
yeah, okay, because there are funny
Yeah.
moments in it, but like some of the jokes just they either last too long or they're kind of cringy. Like I'm specifically
Yeah.
thinking of the one at the very end of the movie where Ant Man's friends are coming to help him. He's like, oh, we're gonna go back up Ant Man and we're gonna be at his back no matter what. And they see the cops and like back it up, back it up. That
Oh
goes
yeah, yeah, yeah.
way too long. That goes way too long.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I could watch that fucking end scene where they're fighting on the
the
like the
train.
kids.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like I could watch that all day.
me
I don't
too.
know.
It's
That's
actually
just
really
I love
enjoyable.
that shit.
It's so funny
It's just
too.
cool.
Yeah, it is
The
really
whole movie is
cool.
very visually
Oh my
pleasing.
god, I do agree with that. I think these two films specifically are start the rise of like mass CGI in these Marvel movies, but
Yeah.
they look so good. I actually want to get back to more on that when we get into Doctor Strange. But it looks in this movie that very end sequence where he goes into like the very tiny particle realm. That looks
Mhm.
amazing. The quantum realm. That's it.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Yeah. And that's where you start to I mean, in all the other movies, you're like you come to expect a certain degree of like good, but this is like really
Yeah.
like
See, this is
from now on, anything goes.
I do agree with that, but I this is also this movie and Doctor Strange are two perfect reasons why I think that the third act in Black Panther is not what it should have been, because that the first two acts of Black Panther are amazing. They're so good. And then you get to the final act and it's just kind of like random fighting and just absolute garbage CGI. But these two films, they should have expected it, because Ant-Man and Doctor Strange both made a good bit of money. They definitely made over what it cost to make the movie, and they're just kind of one-off characters. So I don't know why they saw Black Panther and were like, I guess we don't need to make the CGI look good in this movie, because I don't think it's just a one-off character. Because in my opinion, the reaction to Black Panther in Civil War was overwhelming. Like, everyone loved him. So I don't know why they like didn't put all of their work into that film. I don't know. It's just a little poor, like, a thing that I have, that I like. It drops Black Panther down a peg just because I can't watch that third thing. So like, I don't have enjoyment when watching that movie because the third act is so bad in my eyes. Still a good movie though.
Right.
All right, out of 10, what would you give Bug Boy?
Bug Boy.
Yeah, that's the name I gave it in my in my. It's a tough question. I do agree, because like
7.
I was thinking that too. Yeah. Like six isn't a bad number though, because like I'm thinking as a 5 movie is like an average film, and then like 6 is like above average still. Okay. So I'll go 6 on this one, because it's still above average, but it's yeah. All right.
I can see that.
Yeah. So now time to talk about Professor Weird.
Yes.
I told you, dude. Every single time I come up with weird names for these, like, I think they're funny. I don't know why. I find it very enjoyable to come up with little goofy names.
I think they're funny.
I think they're funny. I do think they're funny. I find them very enjoyable. I just want to see a reaction and disappointment in me. That's the main enjoyment I get out of it, is whenever I talk to you and I go, instead of Winter Soldier, I put Cold Boy.
Cold Boy.
I forget what name I did for that one. I think I just did like the Cold Fighter or something like that. I don't remember. Who cares? That's 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Doesn't matter. All right, Professor Weird. I actually I like this movie going into the movie. I like this movie leaving this, like, after rewatch. This movie is fucking amazing, at least in my eyes. This is not only one of my favorite Marvel movies, but also one of my favorite movies of all time. It is fucking amazing.
Yeah. I think it was I love this movie. Don't get me wrong, but there's a certain amount where I was like, I love Doctor Strange for him being like weird and like nobody really knows about him, but like when you look into him, he's like so mysterious and so just fucking powerful. And I think they did that sufficient justice. I don't think they went over the top with the mystery thing, but that's not Marvel, so I think it worked.
I think I know what you're trying to say, because I was watching this movie by myself, but Austin was packing. Like, I was home for the weekend. I was Saturday night, I think, and I was sitting in my basement. Austin was packing because he was leaving yesterday, Sunday, and as he walked down, he just was like, "I love this movie, but I don't like how they don't show the extent in which Doctor Strange can use his powers." And I was like, "Well, that's just simply because he's still new, even though." Like, my theory is that whenever he went to Karmartash, he stayed there for like a couple years. Like, I was thinking like that's 1 or 2 years that he spent there to study, because even though he has a photographic memory, it probably will take a while for him to get there. So I was like, I'm guessing it's going to be a couple years there. So I was saying to Austin, even though he's only been there for like 2 years, he doesn't have like the advanced magic skills as like someone else that's higher. And Austin goes, "Yeah, but we do see someone else who is higher, the Ancient One." And he goes, "She only makes like whips and shields and stuff. I don't like how she doesn't do any of like the crazy magic that Doctor Strange does inside of Infinity War."
Yeah.
Which is, I get that, I understand that, but I don't think that the way that the headcanon that I came up with. So whenever the Ancient One was describing magic, she described it in the way that magic can be used to create a weapon or a shield. That's how she described it in this film. And so I was always okay with them just only creating weapons and shields. But whenever I saw Doctor Strange do all those crazy things in Infinity War, I thought of it as him being the new Sorcerer Supreme. He took the liberty to go into like the sections of the library where no one usually reads, because that place was empty. None of the other people were even going into the study. They were probably just doing the basic minimums to be a wizard. Okay,
Yeah.
and so he takes liberty to go and do all that crazy shit, and he learns all that stuff that he does in Infinity War from just going into the library and reading that. And the reason why the Ancient One didn't do that was because she had her pact with Dormammu and had powers inside of the mirror dimension. That's what my headcanon was. And I explained that to Austin. He said he doesn't accept it, but like, I don't care. That's kind of that's in my head. I think that makes more sense than the Ancient One just not doing it because of plot reasons.
Yeah, and in the end, it's whatever you want to
Yeah,
think it
exactly.
is.
It's just like it doesn't even matter. It's just a Marvel movie, but like
Right.
if it's causing problems, there's ways to explain out of it. But this movie is fucking amazing because purely because of the fact that whenever I went to go see this movie, I had no idea who Doctor Strange was, and I was seeing all this shit, and I was so unbelievably confused.
Yeah,
I,
yeah. I didn't really know a whole lot about him.
mm-hmm,
I knew like very basic shit, but I
mm-hmm,
knew that he was super like he had all these really vague magical powers that he
yeah.
can pretty much do whatever the fuck he wants, and it all looked cool.
That's what I got out of it. Like I watching the first action set piece, like the very one at the beginning. It was I was watching it. I was like, this is so cool. And then they get into the mirror dimension. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
I was just so confused. And then like as the movie goes on, you slowly learn about all that shit with Doctor Strange, which is fucking amazing. That's amazing screenwriting in my opinion by having
Yeah,
everyone
that's
get
how it
fucking
should go.
confused. And then as you're going on, you like fill in the pieces of the puzzle. You're like, oh, so that's what that was, and that's what that was, which is amazing in my opinion. I think it's fucking great. The acting in this movie is top notch, one of the best in the entire MCU in my opinion, because like they
Yeah,
all do such
I
a great job. Specifically Benjamin Cumbersnapple.
yeah, he was pretty fucking perfect for this role.
Yeah, I agree
Marvel
with that.
has a tendency to do that.
Yeah, they do pick really good people for their roles usually. Um, and I like that the way that the dialogue flows is very adult feeling. Like there's no coddling. They don't hold your hand on all the medical stuff. They just
Yeah.
show you stuff and hope you go along with it. And I just want to say the visuals of his hand, like whenever he was in that first person view in the bed, and you see his hands and the pins and all of that, that's disgusting. Like
Yes.
that is so cringe inducing.
It was pretty sick.
It was so gross, and I think that his anger is justified. Like I know he was a dick. Like they show that with the way he drove, but like
Yeah, that's
his
his life,
that's
man.
his entire life. He shouldn't have acted the way he did, but he's in the right to be mad, not kicking Christine out of the house and yelling at her and shit. But like, it was
Yeah.
justifiably mad. I
Mhm.
think this first act of this film is the best in the MCU. The only one who has a competition, I think, might be Endgame and Infinity War, but this one is just so perfect because of like at the end of the movie you see that how far he's come, and also his like transition from just trying to get his hands back to becoming the Sorcerer Supreme, which is really cool because he doesn't want to be in that, and in the middle of him explaining how he doesn't want to be in that, something happens and he gets forced into it. Like it's completely and utterly out of his control the way of like what happens and what goes on here. In a lesser movie, they would have just sent him here, and then he himself chose to stay there. But he didn't want to stay there. He was forced into it.
Right.
It was really cool. I liked that a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, I
just,
saw this.
I don't know what to say.
I completely understand how you
That's
it's
pretty much
it's just a good movie. It's fun to watch. It's very visually pleasing.
yeah, right. But you do have to be, paying a certain amount of attention.
Yes, I do agree with that. Which
Hmm.
yeah, I think that's the perfect film where it's really fun to watch and you have to be watching it so that like it feels
Yeah.
like your time was worth it and you had an enjoyable time throughout the entire thing. And also, Dr. Palmer, the Christine girl, she becomes the night nurse if you know who that is.
Mm-mm.
She's the girl who um, like the superheroes go to and she heals them because they
Oh,
have to keep their secret
really?
identity. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, some of them,
I didn't know that.
not all of them, because the majority of them already have their identities out in the open, like Iron Man, Captain America, Thor doesn't
Right.
really have an identity. Yeah, but you get it. It's cool
Yeah,
stuff.
I
I
didn't know
like
that.
that.
It's kind of
You
cool.
didn't know that, really?
No.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with her. Um, did you please? I texted you and I told you to, but I think you either forgot or didn't want to. But did you watch the remaining episodes of WandaVision?
No. I
Dude,
know. I was going to, and then
I wanted to talk about that. I was waiting all week because in the last episode I talked about two things that came up in WandaVision that I promise I did not know beforehand. Like I legitimately I can't tell you them because do you care?
No, just go.
You don't care? Okay.
This is a
So
podcast.
the Quicksilver from the X-Men universe appeared in it.
Oh, okay,
I
cool.
know, and I kind of called that in a very nonchalant, accidental way because I was like, hell, both of them could appear.
Yeah.
Which I don't think both are. I think it's just that one. But it's weird because I think they're just doing it in the way that they don't look at that guy and they go, "Who is it?" They look at him and they go, "It's Pietro, but he was recast." They like literally said that,
Oh.
which is
Huh.
weird. She was like, one of the characters goes, "Why did Wanda recast Pietro?" So I don't think he's the one from the X Men universe because I think that would break the universe because of how fucking strong he is.
Yeah.
Because like that time in the bottle scene, in the scene inside the mansion, those are really overpowered. Like I don't think anyone can mentally keep up with how fast he runs for them to be able to beat him.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So I don't I hope they don't accidentally
Unless they
do a
want to.
twist and be like it's actually the one from the X Men universe because that would be
Yeah.
terrible. I would hate that. But he
I
does
don't
have
think.
powers, so I don't
I
know.
don't think they want to keep up with that. You know.
Yeah, no one would want to keep up with that. That's pretty rough. Austin has a bunch of theories related to this, but I'm just going to hold off because you don't understand what I'm talking about whenever I say the theories. So I'm just going to wait till you catch up. And also, I do recommend catching up because after the first two episodes, the show becomes like legitimately one of my favorite shows out right now.
Oh, cool.
It's
Okay.
incredibly good. Like the first two episodes aren't even bad; they're just a little cringy, but they're short. They're 20 minutes. The rest of them are 40.
Hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It's
Interesting.
really good. I do recommend doing it.
Okay.
That's
I mean,
all to
I
the
was.
audience too.
Yeah, I've been. Oh, that's actually perfect because I have a. I've been looking for a show like that to watch, uh, as of late
Oh,
because.
thank God. I'm really
Yeah.
happy you finally take one of my recommendations. About time.
Oh, uh
About
huh.
time.
Coming
About
from
time.
you.
About time. Coming from me who schedules every single week and every single movie we watch every week.
Okay, well,
Who
fucking,
makes.
we're doing Marvel.
Well, I get that, but I was beforehand, I still scheduled every week.
I
So
mean,
technically, for the last 21 weeks, you have been watching and noting every single thing I recommend.
except like Lighthouse.
Yeah. You did recommend that one. But I also wanted to watch that one too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes. You want to get into movie news now?
Yeah, sure. Do you
All
have
right.
some?
There's a bunch on Screen Rant if you go take a look. Well, did we even
Oh,
talk about Joker in the last one? That's gonna be in the
oh,
Justice League
the
movie. Or did
fucking
that come out this week? Dude, time is so weird now that I'm in college.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember anything that's going on. That's completely fine.
I remember it was. You mean the thing that I sent to you?
Yeah, the Joker guy. Yeah, that's gonna be in
Yeah.
the Justice League movie that's coming out. I hate it, dude. I hate it so much. I hate it so much because he doesn't have the word tattooed across his
Oh,
forehead. How is the audience gonna know that the Joker was damaged without his signature tattoo?
yeah. You'll never know.
I am in a
You'll
riot.
be so confused.
I'm furious. I'm furious at what's going on, Jack. I'm
I'm
so mad. I'm
furious.
furious. I'm furious. That was a joke for anyone who can't tell. I absolutely hated that other Joker, and I'm very happy they decided to go a different route. Ugh. Wow. That's one of the
Yeah.
news sections on Screen Rant. I just want to say says why Zack Snyder's Joker says we live in a society. I just want to say I hate that. I hate everything about that.
Yes. Yes. I'm so excited.
For that
just to
specifically, for
spite
the
everybody.
we say we live in a society.
Just for fucking anything,
Dave,
Jared Leto Joker related. It's purely out of spite
because
now.
it's disgusting. It's so gross looking. It hurts me. And I think that's the reason why you like it is because you know it hurts me. Zack Snyder has a movie coming out
And
called.
not just you,
Okay,
just everybody.
nice.
Right.
Zack
What
Snyder
is
has a movie coming out called Army of the Dead. Dave Bautista's in it, and they have a photo of it that I can't make out, but it's completely fine. And like they have the picture. Like I don't know what Army of the Dead is about. I just know that it's coming out and made by Zack Snyder. But the picture is just of Dave Bautista looking at a kid holding glow sticks. So I have literally no clue what that means. So anyone who's an Army of the Dead fan, get excited for Dave Bautista holding a glow stick looking at a kid.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, wonderful. There's a teaser related to Ant-Man and the 3 that was dropped by the director, but I'm so sorry, I'm not going to go look into that one because I prefer not to have spoilers towards Marvel movies because of the fact that my entire life is built upon that universe.
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really want spoilers regardless.
Yeah, I don't like spoilers for anything that I'm interested in because then I get sad because I'm like, damn, I really would have liked to not know that was coming and then see that. You know? Like imagine someone going, "Hey, Iron Man died before you watched Endgame," and you're just like, "God damn it!" I hope that happened to me one time. Whenever Star Wars Episode 7 came out, on my way to go see the movie, someone texted me and said Han Solo died. It sucked, dude. It
I think
sucked.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, because I was in 8th grade. I think you were in my Spanish class whenever I came in the next day and told everyone.
Probably. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because at that point I did like spoiling things, and I remember walking into that Spanish class the second after seeing Batman vs Superman and saying, Superman died," and everyone got so mad at me, and I was like, "He's a superhero. He'll be back."
Which is like a fucking double whammy.
Yeah, yeah. There really is a double spoiler. I spoiled
Yeah.
that movie and Justice League that came out 3 years later.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the second one was all that bad though, because it wasn't like Justice League was all that great of a movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think anybody remembered at that point.
Yeah, but let's get into what we watching because that actually kind of has something relevant to what I watched this week.
Okay, go.
Okay, what we watching? I watched with my family this Justice League Dark movie that came out in 2020. It's like there's like an animated DC universe that is only movies, and it's really successful actually. And this was like the end game to that DCEU, and it was fucking brutal. It was so brutal, dude. You actually have to watch it. Like I don't know if you've seen any of the animated Batman movies or any of the animated Justice League films.
Oh yeah, no, I love that show.
Well, not the show. It's a movie.
No, that shit.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, this thing is fucking on a different level. So the plot of the movie is these guys, like the Justice League gets together and goes to attack Apocalypse, where Darkseid is at, because this takes place like right after Superman got resurrected after fighting Doomsday, and Doomsday was sent by Darkseid. So Superman is tweaking. He was like, "Holy shit, they have something strong enough that can almost kill me. We need to go kill them now." So they send all of their forces to Darkseid and then get pummeled, like bad. And the movie just shows everything. Like it shows our superheroes getting their fucking heads ripped off and they're like getting torn down the middle and getting stabbed and shit like that. And it's fucking crazy. I recommend it to anyone who's like at the age to watch that and not cry.
Yeah.
Because it was amazing. I heavily recommend it. It's called Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. It's actually like it's so kick ass. If you like any of those Justice League movies, you'll fucking love this shit, dude.
Oh, it's on HBO Max.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking amazing.
I'll probably watch that later today then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that sounds pretty sweet. I've been looking for a movie like that. Like I watched they put The Killing Joke on Netflix, so I rewatched that.
How was that? How'd you feel?
I fucking miss all this. It's good. It's
Yeah,
just
it's not the comic.
they just don't hold
better.
back for some reason.
Which is fine. Like that's how the comic is, but like some of the there's so much filler at the beginning of the movie related to like the cop stuff that was happening, and then also the sex scene between Batman and that was very unneeded in my opinion. But I do love that movie in the comic, just purely because of the storyline and how good it is. Do you think Batman killed Joker at the end?
Uh, Honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm. I choose to believe he didn't. I choose to believe that they laughed happily and then he took him back to prison.
Oh, now I remember. I was gonna say I'll be honest, I can't remember, but
Yeah. People
damn.
say that whenever Batman put his hand on Joker's shoulder and started laughing, that was he was like starting to strangle him.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Hmm. Damn. I want to know now. I don't know.
I piqued your curiosity that much.
Yeah, now I need to rewatch it.
No, just read. Don't read. Don't watch the movie. Read the comic. It's a lot better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What else did you watch this week? I'm curious.
What did I watch? I watched for whatever reason a lot of uh Leonardo DiCaprio movies. I watched The Departed and Shutter Island,
Hmm. I have
which is
not
both.
seen either of those.
Um, Kid like Shutter Island. The Departed is all right.
Is Shutter
It's
Island the
just a
clown
lot.
one?
It's a no, that's a I don't know what that
Okay.
is, but
Sorry,
The
my bad.
Departed is a Scorsese movie,
Ooh, interesting.
so it's all mafia and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, and the end is like fucking what? Uh, it I don't know. The
I
end is
love
just
that
weird.
description. That's you could tell that we're that just from that description. Like if you weren't listening to us and you were like reading us on a script and you hear like what, you know
Yeah,
that we're like 18 and 19.
it's just fucking. I don't know, man. It's
No,
just
I
I
completely
didn't even
understand
know.
what you mean because like that's the only whenever you see something crazy, that's the only way you can describe it.
Right,
I think the
like
better
it's just
something is, the less you can describe it.
probably, probably
Or I guess that
in
goes in
most
both
cases.
ways too, because there's something. Sometimes you see something so bad that you don't even know where to begin.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yes.
Some of
I
my friends' Minecraft builds.
did
Ugh.
did you ever watch Middleditch and Schwartz on Netflix?
What? What?
Middleditch and Schwartz.
No, I have not seen that. What is that?
It's 3 episodes of these two comedians doing long form improv. So it's
Hmm.
just 30 minutes of just improvised comedy. And it's all one scene.
Huh.
So they go up on stage and they ask the audience for like a prompt, like is something exciting happening in your life, and then they talk to them for like 5 minutes, and then they do a scene about it,
Hmm.
and it's like just so fucking funny.
Really?
And I Oh my god, I lose my mind every fucking time,
Huh.
and I just so I just rewatched that again. There's only 3 episodes though,
Yeah, I'll add that
so
to the
like
list.
it's kind of yeah,
The
it's really funny. You'll recognize both of them from like side characters in like every comedy show ever.
the only
the
comedian I've seen on
the one
Netflix
dude,
like willingly was Kevin Hart and Bert Kreischer. You know who Kevin Hart
yeah,
is, but
yeah,
Bert's so fucking funny. You should check him out.
Bert, yeah, I love Bert.
Yeah, that guy's
I've
funny.
I've watched him his podcast with Tom Segura every once in a while.
Really? How's that?
That's pretty funny. I don't
It's
know.
not
They
as
have
good as
such
us. It's not as good as us.
it's no nothing. They got
No,
nothing.
they got nothing. We're like the best. We're so fun.
We're pretty much the funniest, I
We're
think.
like the funniest and like the best and just listen. Only us. Only us.
You don't need anybody
No
else.
one else is worth your time. The other 6 days of the week that we don't upload, just don't listen to anything at all.
Sadness.
Or
Yeah,
listen to
just
us
wait
over
for
again.
the next
Dude,
episode.
you have to
Yeah,
every single
restart.
week listen to us 7 times.
And then donate.
And then donate. Then but do it on multiple accounts.
Yeah. Um, and then I'm still trying to work through Iron Blooded Orphans. I just don't have
You
the
still
motivation.
haven't finished that?
Nope.
It's been like 3 weeks. I've watched like 10 shows since then.
Yeah, I know.
They're all
I've
romances,
watched
so
everything
I didn't
else.
talk about them in the cast. What did
Hmm?
you say? Sorry, we talked over each other.
Yeah. I said I've watched everything else but that. I just like
I
am
can't
working
believe you.
around it.
You're such a demon.
I was continuing it, and then I saw in a thing for Barry, so then I watched all of Barry.
All right. I guess you saw something for DiCaprio, and then you were just like, I'm gonna binge all of his movies.
You know it. I follow this like
Oh my god, I can't believe
account
that's
on
actually.
yeah, no deadass. I follow this account on Instagram that's filmed. It's just film EDDD, I think, and they just post screenshots of like different scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, that just fucking gets me going. And every time I see it, I'm like, I guess I have to watch this movie now.
No, I feel that because like sometimes you see something and it like triggers something and you feel like some sort of nostalgia and you're like, I want to watch that. Like I did that. I
Yeah.
think Friday. I was just like sitting watching something. I don't remember what I was watching, and then I was playing Dokkan and I saw a super attack and it reminded me of the final fight from Dragon Ball Super. So I was like, fuck, and I just watched the last two episodes of Dragon Ball Super. So I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I'm in the mood for that garbage right now. Not garbage. I mean, kind of garbage. The fighting is amazing, but like the story is just not there.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I love Dragon Ball purely for the fact that it's just pointless action. Because sometimes you just get in a pointless action mood. So you just like exactly
You need
that
it.
is why I love Dragon Ball. That's exactly what it is. My brother got me Dragon Balls for Christmas for my birthday.
Cool.
He got me like a set of glass Dragon Balls, which is sick. I also got the manga for Bleach, which is one of my fucking favorite gifts of all time because it's like the case set. So I have like the like a fucking
Oh,
huge thing that's like the entire first arc. It's so badass. Also, since Bleach is one of my favorite things I've ever consumed in my entire life, I cannot wait to reread that.
Yeah. I was gonna say now you gotta.
Like I have to because I want to see what the source like. The second I finished it, I was like, "Fuck! I need to read this because I want to see what the source material is because I guarantee it's so much better without all the filler." Because like I already
Yeah.
liked it, like I already liked it. So this show without filler gotta be a 10. It has kind of the power scaling is kind of not there, but it also makes sense after you watch 300 episodes. But I'm not gonna be like, if someone hates the power scaling, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, wait till episode 300, please. You there, kid?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'm there. I'm sorry. I'm following this account on our Instagram page.
Oh, nice. Love to see it.
Filmed with 3Ds. I highly recommend.
I mean,
Love that shit. Literally every time they post, I'm like, I guess I have
love
to
that
watch
shit.
this movie now. I just trust blindly.
Do you mind sending it to me on Instagram? Because I'm too lazy to look at it.
Yes. Oh fuck.
Ah, fuck.
Hold on. Hold on.
Hold on to what, dude? I'm just trying to sit here, dude.
Nothing,
I'm
bro.
confused. Don't yell at me. It's gonna hurt my baby.
I'm gonna
ears.
send you their post for End of Watch because you should watch that too.
End of Watch. I think I've actually heard of that.
There's End of Watch, and then one of these days we should watch these. There's Jarhead and there's End of Watch. Jarhead is about the Marines, and End of Watch is about uh the police department in like Miami or LA or something.
Okay, I've never seen either of these movies.
Yeah, and they both have Jake Gyllenhaal as the main character. Not Jake Gyllenhaal. Fuck. Wait, maybe it's Jake Gyllenhaal.
I think it might be Jake Gyllenhaal. Who's that? No. Yeah, that is Jake Gyllenhaal. Yep. And also the guy from Ant-Man, I think.
Yeah, no, that is the guy from Ant-Man. Yeah.
Oh, that's goofy. I want to watch Kill Bill. I've never seen that movie. Like either of them, Kill Bill 1 or 2. Do you go out of bounds every once in a while, or is that just me? Sorry, guys. Nope, that's Jack. What the hell's going on? Huh. That's really goofy.